Dear viewer of Traditional Africa, today I bring you a brief history of traditional circumcision in Africa. Aspects of male circumcision in subequatorial African culture history. Abstract. This paper describes the general cultural background of male circumcision for the Bantu-speaking peoples of subequatorial Africa, where the contemporary cultural context of male circumcision is now variable and often transformed amongst groups who continue the practice. Traditional practices were commonly of a particular and rather narrow profile linked to the toughening, training and initiation of male adolescents into warrior status. For those groups, the normal social context of circumcision was in the adolescent rites of passage, typically called initiation schools in the ethnographic literature. These in turn were highly associated with age grades, age-ranked male cohorts whose membership was defined by participation in the same initiation schools in the same year. Linguistic evidence suggests the schools and circumcision are very ancient, and typological arguments suggest that those Bantu groups which do not circumcise males have abandoned a once more widespread practice. In the main, the Bantu groups which do not circumcise males belong to certain contiguous linguistic groups and their neighbors from amongst bordering Bantu subgroups. Almost all groups which have abandoned male circumcision have also abandoned initiation schools and age grades. This constitutes a culture area in terms of those dimensions of those societies. Circumcising and non-circumcising groups are suggested to have their distribution due to diffusion of loss, and it cannot be expected that differential risk behaviors in relation to HIV infection will be found to sort similarly amongst Bantu-speaking or other African peoples. But such mapping, for those who would do it, can now take place with the knowledge that a cluster of cultural traits typify the non-circumcising Bantu groups. Journal information. The Health Transition Review is concerned with the cultural, social and behavioral determinants of health. Societies with similar levels of health provision and comparable incomes exhibit vastly different levels of health and mortality. This reflects differences in lifestyles, child-rearing practices, and beliefs about the extent to which individuals can control their destinies and those close to them. HTR includes articles identifying and measuring the impact of cultural, social and behavioral forces on health and mortality, and broader papers on theory, methodology, review articles and historical studies concerning the health transition. A major interest of the journal is the social determinants of HIV, AIDS in developing countries. HTR also includes a number of supplement issues on topics of particular interest to the health transition. In addition, the publisher of HTR, the Health Transition Center, produced a health transition series on key health transition themes. Publisher information. The Health Transition Center was established in 1988 by the Australian National University as part of the ANU's National Centre for Epidemiology and Population Health to foster work on the cultural, social and behavioural aspects of health. The Health Transition Review was published from the Australian National University, 1991 to 1997. Vols. 1-7, with John C. Caldwell, editor and various co-editors. Health transition refers to the broad study of mortality transition involving interaction of cultural, social and behavioral factors with economic and medical factors to produce declines in morbidity and mortality. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.